Ooh, whoa, that's a very interesting Brave McCree. I don't even know how he got there, to be honest. So let's take the McCree out. That's no problem. Oh. Oh, no. So we get this, I don't have enough time to download the video, but we have this wonderful player for us. We're playing Pharah on King of the Hill. So right now we probably want to be in the air at some point very soon, contributing, because there's a big fight going on this entire time that we're not in. So that's definitely not very good at all. Now, okay. Okay, so with Pharah, Pharah's another hero where you kind of have to have an idea of how you're going to approach something. So as Pharah, if we look at this map real quick, now there are a couple different areas that we can approach from. So our hero came from this angle. Not very good, because at this point, if we're Pharah, we have two options. Either we shoot that, which is whatever, you know. We can come down here, which doesn't work, or we can hop up into the air. This is very dangerous, obviously. This is too close. The McCree is going to destroy you. Now, this is a good angle over here. You can come from here. You can shoot. Remember, you don't have any damage fall off or anything like that, so you don't need to worry about that. Plus, you can stay in the air for like 50 millennias now with a new change to your jetpack. Like, look how I can stay in the air for unlimited length of time. And so this is quite good from this angle. So you want to take these longer, safer angles. And especially in this first area of Nepal, you can fly all of these roofs. There are no invisible walls here. You can fly over all these roofs. You know, you can play around with these roofs, especially with the new buff. The new buff to Pharah allows you to really play around with your rocket fuel. You know, stay up here for a very long time, no problem. Just do all kinds of stuff. So now we have a good idea of how the map works. Okay. So our team is dead. We want to chill out. Definitely want to chill out. This is a little bit, you know, this spam is a little bit dangerous. Now, again, this is not that good. We're a little close. That Roadhog is very close to being in hook range. Like, I'm pretty sure he is in hook range right now, just for a second. But we really haven't gotten a team fight yet. We haven't gotten a 6v6 team fight. But now it looks like we're starting to get close. So we have our entire team up, or maybe not our entire team up. We have some of our team up. And, okay, so mainly the issue with this, let's focus on aerial time. So we're not utilizing Pharah's pretty much only ability, which is flying enough. We're not utilizing our jetpack, especially with the new buff. Like I said, with the new buff, you can stay in the air for so long, for like ever. You can literally stay in the air for as long as you want. So there's no real reason to be just chilling on the ground in these sort of dangerous, mundane, normal person spots when you can be flying and doing all sorts of crazy cool stuff. That's that was the whole point of the buff, so you got to utilize it. And you can see that you don't really do that much damage when you're at this angle, unless you have some god tier like direct shot aim, which it looks like we might actually have. That was like 5 direct hits in a row, 6 direct hits in a row. All right, very nice shots. But in general, you do more damage when you're at that sharper angle. Especially with your ultimate, you can see you did a very minimal amount of damage there. Okay, it did about 190 to Lucio, but still not really as much as it could have been. You can see not doing too much damage because, again, we're not at that good angle. I know it's difficult in this first area of Nepal because this is all enclosed, but you can still get a little bit more of an angle. Any tips on using Concussive Blast effectively? So Concussive Blast, I've found, is usually it's okay to only use it on yourself because it's very good for your own self mobility. But where it can be very good is to concussive blast people forward. It's a little bit difficult. It takes practice to do the angle to get it behind them to push them forward. Ooh, that was a nice hook by the Roadhog. But being able to push the supports forward is actually very strong, past the Reinhardt or just up in general. But it depends. If you have a longer range team, you want to concussive blast the tanks away. And if you have a shorter range team, you want to concussive blast their supports forward in general. Especially if you're against a triple tank composition. So this is good. We're getting these good angles. Now we're back on the ground again. You don't have to be staying on the ground like this. but you can see how he was doing nice damage when he was up in the air with that nice steep angle. But in general, like I said, with Concussive Blast, if you're playing against a lot of tanks, a lot of close range heroes, you want to push them away. If you're playing against a lot of long range heroes, you want to pull them forward. And then, of course, you can use that on yourself as well. It's a very strong positioning tool for just yourself. So like that was an example of a Concussive Blast that didn't really do too much. If anything, I would have Concussive Blasted myself away there. Concussive Blast is only really good in the bigger scale fights when you're talking about using it on your opponents. So here, Concussive Blast would be good to get yourself away. But we wind up actually not needing it, just barely escaping by the skin of our teeth. Okay. Got the job done. But in general, yeah, pretty much same thing consistently happening. You should be a little bit more up in the air, taking the sharper angles, doing a little bit more damage. Looks like we're going to win this round, which is quite good. Don't be afraid to Concussive Blast yourself a lot more. There's times that you could have gotten out of danger with Concussive Blast pretty easily, but you just didn't use it. So let's talk a little bit more specifically about what I meant just for a second. So if we're shooting people like this is pretty hard. You need direct hits for this. You need direct hits. But if we take a much sharper angle, like that, see? We don't need to be that close. Now suddenly, this is a very sharp angle. This is good. This is perfect. And look, I can stay up here forever. See? I can stay up here literally forever. I never have to drop down. Look how nice this angle is. You don't have to worry about the range. This is pretty safe. You just have to worry about like if a McCree or something comes out of there. In fact, I'm gaining height, the new buff. And if a McCree comes out of there, just be like, nope. And then come on to the other side. So that's what I mean. So here we are on Sanctum, I believe. Oh no, it's not Sanctum, it's whatever this one is. This one's very good for Pharah as well because you can launch up over here. But let's see what our hero decides to do. Again, focus on his angles. We want those sharp angles. Want to be staying in the air. So this is good. This is very good. That was a good angle. But now we drop down. No need to drop down unless something is really shooting at us. Okay, so that's a bad use of Concussive Blast. You never want to Concussive Blast them towards you. Whether that was intentional or not, you want to Concussive Blast the short-range characters away. And so the issue there was just not enough damage. Wasn't able to have enough of an impact because, again, you were not able to... So, again, this is a little bit too close. A little bit too close. We can stand further back, or fly, rather, further back. Fly further back. Because look how easy that is for the soldier to hit you like that. So let's skip forward. Okay. So if you fly up in the air, like up in the sky up here, you have a great angle. In fact, if we draw the angle correctly, look at that. Like that'd be very good. So I'm going to stop harping on that. Stop harping on that. Just pretend I'm saying it constantly. So right now we need to retake the point. We're at about 82%. Man, that's... Ooh, close. But that McCree's crazy. Let's kill the McCree. Good, good, good. Alright, now let's kill the soldier. Which we should be able to do, unless we have some aiming issues. But it looks like we are all ready to take the point. Oh no! So remember, with your ultimate, you want to have that nice angle, because your ultimate doesn't do too much damage at that just like flat, I guess 180-degree angle. It would be. You could call it. Oh, that sounds a bit silly. But fortunately, we wind up taking the point, and it's good. Yeah, so as far as whether to switch off Pharah or not in this case, yeah, in these VOD reviews, I focus on the hero that the person is playing. And then I let my other videos, you know, my team composition guide, my hero guide, stuff like that, determine, you know, when to pick which hero. So that's actually an important point that I want to make real quick. And this isn't really big enough for a video, but I think it's an important point. When you're playing a hero, when you're learning a hero rather, don't worry about the matchup. Don't worry about winning, all right? Especially when you're learning a hero. For example, I've been learning Sombra recently. I haven't been able to play a lot recently, but I'm learning Sombra. I'm going to play Sombra in every different circumstance I can. Even though technically you think, oh, well, Sombra's not very good against like McCree and stuff because they can stun her. Well, theoretically, sure. But you have to play it a lot. Back when I used to play Widowmaker, Winston, for example, countered Widowmaker. A lot of people thought that. But playing Widowmaker into the Winston enough made me realize, okay, not really. Widowmaker is actually pretty good against Winston. At least the old Widowmaker with the quickscope, you know? So you want to play heroes in as many different circumstances as you can. For example, Pharah, you want to play her against hit scan heroes because you want to actually know, okay, I want to understand how the hit scan matchup works. I want to understand how Pharah works against a team with a lot of hit scan and understand why it's that way. Don't just rely on Reddit telling you that you shouldn't pick it or your team telling you shouldn't pick it. Really try to understand every matchup and that'll give you a better sense of the hero overall. Now, once you're good at the hero, once you've learned the hero already, sure, worry about that. But while you're learning a hero, don't worry about the specific matchups and stuff. And to counter Pharah, you can pick McCree, Soldier, Widow, number of different heroes, hit scan heroes, no fall off heroes. Ana is like superbly amazing against Pharah. I never have to deal with Pharah because I play a lot of Ana, right? Yeah, so I'm going to tell you this right now. You can play any hero in the entire game. Literally any hero besides maybe Symmetra and Bastion. Okay? But basically any hero you can play up to about Grandmaster level. If you play him 100%. Just straight up. Like, you can pick any one hero. Only pick that hero in every single game. And if you're good enough, you can get up to about, maybe not Grandmaster, but pretty close to Grandmaster. It just matters how good you are. At this point of the game's lifespan. At this point. Now, to push further, if you want to get even better than that, yes, knowing when to pick which heroes is important. But most players are not good enough. If you're below Diamond, if you're below Masters, chances are you're not good enough for like the matchups to really matter enough to really worry yourself about it too much. Well, it's not all I've got, but it's all we have time for because it's about 8 o'clock and we've been doing this for about an hour and a half.
Behind you.
I'm hiding in a bush. Please help.
She's right above you.
Oh my god. Are we safe? I'm gonna go for it.
She's above.
Can I go? All right, we're gonna run.
She's right up there. Where are you?